Welcome. Unbreakable was released in 2000 and was directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It stars Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson and is about a security guard named David Dunn. He gets into a highly fatal train accident where he is the sole survivor. And what's even more miraculous is that there isn't even a single scratch on him. So this is the first part of the trilogy of Unbreakable, Split, and then Glass. And this follows mostly the character of David Dunn, Bruce Willis. Although it does have a little bit of Samuel L. Jackson in it, and I don't even want to say a little because he is a very big part of it. But this part mostly focuses on Bruce Willis's character, David. And it is a great movie. M. Night Shyamalan does such a great job with everything surrounding this movie. This is a big milestone doing this movie because I believe this is really the first time I'm doing a review that can't be classified as a horror movie. Because the other one, Extremely Evil, Shockingly Wicked, and Vile, that could be classified as horror. And I'm not counting Happy Feet, the little 20-second review. But this is truly the first time that I am not doing a review on a horror movie. Which, if that's what you guys have been waiting for, then here you go. Here's your first movie. Who knows, I may do some more in the future, but for right now, I am going to try to stick in my little horror realm. It's just that Glass could be classified as a horror as well. So that's kind of why I'm doing this series, although Unbreakable specifically isn't classified as horror. Now that we've gotten that out of the way though, let's talk about some pros of this movie, which is the acting. Bruce Willis probably does one of my favorite performances that he's ever done in any movie. And I believe this probably is his best performance that he has ever done in his whole career. There's so much depth behind his character, and Bruce Willis just does an amazing job showing how grief-stricken his character is because of different things that have happened in his life. And they do a good job of giving us everything we basically need to know about the character of David in the first scene, which is in the train. They show everything. I don't want to spoil stuff, so I'm not going to do specifics, but basically everything you need to know about his character is shown within the first scene. And we just watch during the entire film how he changes and how much growth his character has. And it's so nice to see that. Samuel L. Jackson as Elijah is also really good. I mean, he's probably my favorite character in this movie. He has so much depth behind his character. Basically, his character has a condition where basically his bones break very easily. I mean, we could see in the movie just different things and how many times he's broken his bones. They mention it, stuff happens where they measure like different fractures, breaks, stuff like that, and it's really sad and you really feel bad for this character, which, you know, is what M. Night Shyamalan really wants you to do. But Samuel L. Jackson just does such a great job portraying it and doing it so that we just don't pity him, that we pity this character. He has a lot of emotional depth to him with this condition, but also different things that we see in his youth, because a lot of times they'll flash back to something that happened when he was a kid. And we just really get to see this character grow and can understand how he is now, how he is, based on these past events. Another pro that I have with this movie is the score. James Newton Howard does an amazing job with it. He also did the score to The Sixth Sense, which, if you guys have never seen that movie, I 1000% recommend it. Great movie. But he does such an amazing job in this movie. And there's a specific scene with David Dunn where he's getting out of something and this heroic music is being played, and it just Oh, that's probably my favorite scene in the movie. It is so amazing. You'll know when it happens because you'll hear the music, but great job with the score. The last big pro that I have with this movie is the attention to detail. There's so much of it in this movie, and it's really weird because at the time, a lot of people didn't really like the movie. They were comparing it to The Sixth Sense, which came out before this, which makes sense why they would compare it since it's the same director and it's the movie right after. Although I don't believe that they should be getting compared to each other because they're two completely different movies. But I digress. There's so much attention to detail. Like for the character of Elijah, basically everything is purple. Everything he wears is purple. He gives a note to David's character and it's purple. His shop is purple. Just his character is purple. And on the opposite spectrum of this, David's character, everything is green. His house is green. A lot of the shirts that he wears is green. His like hero cape, that's green. And M. Night Shyamalan does a great job of showing the differences between these characters through the colors that he portrays. And there's a lot more different color things in this movie, a little bit with the wife and with the son. Fun color choices for the movie. It's just, there's so much detail that you have to watch this movie multiple times to kind of catch everything, which I like. That's kind of like with The Sixth Sense, how a lot of people went back after watching it the first time to kind of see if they could catch on to the twist that they knew already was going to happen now since they saw it the first time, which it holds up. Good on second viewing. And this on second viewing is great. You could see the little details that M. Night Shyamalan throws in because he wanted to make it seem like a comic book. And he uses like the different colors to represent different people. He films it in a specific style so that it's kind of like a comic book. And he does these long shots to really portray that. And it's just little things like that throughout this movie that just make the viewing experience so much better. For me, I only have one con with this movie, which I think is kind of a popular con, although I won't go to the extreme that some people go with. For me, the one problem that I have with this movie is that the ending is a little abrupt. I don't think it's a bad ending. I really like it. I just think after they do this twist, it's just like, okay, movie's ended. And I feel like we needed a little bit more time to process everything that was just said in this twist. I just feel like it goes too fast. And I know a lot of people also feel that way. And some people think that's a really bad twist, which I don't agree with. I think it's a great twist. And the lines that Samuel L. Jackson says during this scene is amazing. But I just feel like it's a little bit abrupt. And that's really my only problem with this movie. Overall, I'm going to give it a 9.75 out of 10. And I recommend it. If you're going to watch the trilogy of movies, please watch this movie. You're not going to regret it. It might go a little bit slow, which I understand because with Marvel movies, everything's now so fast-paced. You're action here, action here, action here. That's not what you're going to get with this movie. It's a little bit of a slower burn, but the payoff in like the final action scene is worth it. So thank you everyone for watching, and look out next week for Glass, which I'm really excited to be reviewing because I haven't seen it yet, so you're really going to see my initial reaction to the movie. So thank you everyone for watching again, and leave a comment if you have any other movie suggestions. But let's flash forward to the next review.